the courtroom just turned into an absolute battlefield. You are about to watch a fiery, head-to-head showdown between Commission Chairperson Justice Mbuyiseli Madlanga and Advocate Annalene van den Heever. She is representing Vusimuzi, Cat Matlala, who is facing heavy criminal charges next week. She flat out refuses to let her client testify right now, while Madlanga pushes back hard. Pay close attention to how tense this room gets. Take a look at the clip.
I'm not interested in the nitty-gritty of what falls under the Section 35 bucket. I'm not interested in that nitty-gritty. I'm looking at the broader question of, on those issues on which there is no question whatsoever, which can be dealt with by this commission, and you've agreed that there are. On those questions, why can't those questions be heard before the criminal process has been finalized? Whether, even accepting, as you argue, that there are some issues coming out of the plea deal which fall under the Section 35 basket, even accepting that, you have said there are some which do not fall under that basket, and my focus is only on those aspects that do not fall under that basket. So clearly, what you've just said about the plea deal is irrelevant to my question.
With the greatest of respect, it's not irrelevant, Chairperson, because I cannot at this point in all, as an officer of the court, distinguish between what we can answer and what we can't answer. We can only say to you, the only things...
You will never understand me. Please go on to your next point.
No, I do understand you quite clearly. The only issues that my client can answer, Chairperson, at this point, that we say that we form common cause on is who he doesn't know on the list of the 10-6. The rest of the issues, if I may please finish, rest of the issues, I cannot say to you, I am prepared to answer this because I don't know if I can.
I have not asked you that. You are trying to answer a question which I have not asked you. I have not asked you that question. I have simply not asked you that question. I am asking you a general question. It has nothing to do with specifics, and that general question is, on those issues on which there is no question whatsoever, those issues, I will accept for a moment, for purposes of this debate, that there are plea deal issues that fall under the Section 35 basket, and which therefore will not apply to my general question. So I'm asking you this general question again, and it is this. On those issues which even you, whether today, tomorrow, or by the end of this year, there can never ever be a question about them falling under the Section 35 basket on those issues. And again, I repeat, this is a general question. On those issues, what would the basis of us not continuing with those prior to the finalization of the criminal process? What would the basis of not doing so be?
The only basis would be that the evidence will then be presented piecemeal. I've said to you, Chairperson, and I stand by it, the only things that he can say to you at this point, I don't know A, B, C, D, and E. The rest of the issues we cannot deal with. And I, with the greatest of respect, do not think it would be in your interest for him to sit here and say, I don't know this person, I don't know this person, I don't know this person. That's the only issues that we can form common cause on that he can at this point answer. We are trying to come to the Commission and answer what we can. The problem is, and I'm sorry to repeat myself, I can only do so if I know what he can answer is shown to me in black and white. I am trying to ensure that my client comes to this Commission and gives evidence to you that is to your benefit, i.e. the work of the Commission, and not for him to be to answer things that we as legal officers, and you've been in our position before, you can never allow a client to go on oath if you as the lawyer are not sure what he said there is right. I will not perform my duty as an officer of the court if I allow that. And for that reason, right now, I can claim privilege clearly on certain issues. I can say, this is my Section 35 issues. The others, I say to you, I can't at this stage because I don't know what's going on in the background. So it might even be, once I've got the documents that I think is necessary for me to decide it, that we can move on that. But right now we can't. And I respectfully submit that based on the remainder of the issues that we've put here, that this commission should allow him the opportunity to finish the trial. And more so...
Again, please tell me when you are done
Yes,
responding to my question.
And then the last thing is, I think the thing that concerns me the most is, and we've taken the liberty of sharing a privileged document with you pertaining to the opinion. The one...
I think that's something else then. Can I come in? Yeah.
And when that for me personally, is very concerning at this point in time.
When you referred to a piecemeal hearing, this is just for clarity, does that mean you are going back on the earlier acceptance of what I posited to you, which was, is it something that can be done for this commission to entertain proceedings that relate to issues that have nothing to do with Section 35? And I understood you to be saying yes. But now, towards the end of your submissions, you said, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not sure of the exact words you used, but you said something like, it wouldn't be desirable to have a piecemeal hearing, something like that.
Yes.
Is that going back on what you said earlier, which was to agree with what I posited to you?
Yes. As I said, and the reason why I say piecemeal is all that will happen at the end of the day, Chairperson, is he will sit here and say, I confirm I don't know these people. And that is literally all we can do at this point.
That was an intense exchange. Van den Heever argued that forcing Matlala to testify right now would completely jeopardize his defense. She stressed that she could not safely advise her client without risking self-incrimination before his criminal trial for attempted murder and fraud kicks off next week. But things got truly heated when they hit that collapsed plea agreement. Matlala's team demanded a postponement to study it, but Justice Madlanga was having absolutely none of it. He pushed back bluntly, stating that failed negotiations have zero relevance to the Commission's work. In his exact words, facts are facts, so, who won the standoff? Ultimately, the defense secured a temporary victory. The Commission granted the postponement to protect the integrity of the upcoming trial. Matlala is now ordered to hand over his affidavit by late July, and he will officially take the stand on September 1, 2026. Now that you've seen the breakdown, I want to know, what is your take on this? Was the lawyer right to protect her client, or was the chairperson justified in pushing for immediate answers? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. I read all of your responses. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss our next breakdown. Thanks for watching.